In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to turn off GitHub Copilot suggestions in Visual Studio Code. If you find this useful, consider subscribing and liking the video. All right, let's dive right in. First things first, you want to make sure you have your GitHub code open in Visual Studio Code. So go ahead and launch Visual Studio Code and open up the project you're currently working on. We'll need to access the settings from here. Next, you'll want to head over to your settings. To do this, navigate to the top menu bar and click on File. From the drop-down menu, scroll down until you see Preferences, then hover over that option and select Settings. If you're using a keyboard shortcut, you might also press Ctrl and comma at the same time, depending on your operating system. Now that you have the settings window open, there's a handy search bar at the top. Here, you simply need to type in the word Copilot. This will filter the settings to show options related to GitHub Copilot. Once the search results populate, look for the setting labeled Copilot Enable. This is the toggle that controls whether those helpful suggestions from Copilot are turned on or off. Next to that setting, you should see an edit icon that looks like a pencil. Click on this pencil icon, which will allow you to modify the setting. When you click on it, you'll find that it probably shows as true, indicating that suggestions are currently enabled. To disable them, you want to change this value to false. It's as simple as clicking and selecting the option or typing it directly in the input field. After you've done that, make sure you apply the changes. Look towards the bottom right corner of the settings window and you should see an OK button. Click that to save your changes. And that's it. GitHub Copilot suggestions are now turned off. Now let's recap what we just did. We started by opening our GitHub code in Visual Studio Code. Then we accessed the settings through the File menu, searched for Copilot in the settings bar, located the Copilot Enable option, edited it to false, and finally saved our changes. If you ever decide later that you want to enable suggestions again, simply follow the same steps but set the value back to true. It's great to have control over these features, especially when you want to streamline your coding experience. So, that wraps up our tutorial on how to turn off GitHub Copilot suggestions. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget, if you enjoyed what you learned today, consider subscribing for more tips like this. And if you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to